Guys, Mohammed Kudus held an interview with rising ballers and said a lot of things, exposed a lot of secrets, and he said something that touched my heart. Guys, watch this.
Don't be famous. Yeah. Oh, I love playing football, but there are stuff that comes with it. Yeah, just don't be famous, man.
So, guys, you have heard from Mohammed Kudus. I mean, the question he was asked was, what advice would he give his younger self? And this advice is not only to his younger self, but to other, younger footballers out there. Don't be famous. I'm telling you. Kudus himself, the fame, it has over him. I'm telling you, he wants to play football. If he gets, he will separate the football from the fame. But I mean, some heaven comes with hell. So this is from Mohammed Kudus. Now let's jump into some of the things he said. I'm going to touch on only three things. First, he was asked about his debut for the national team, the Black Stars, and also the World Cup and what it meant to him and his family. This is what Mohammed Kudus said. Let's check it out together.
To represent Ghana, your country, what was that like?
Amazing feeling. That was my last season in Denmark. First time I was called to represent Ghana. It was really nice feeling because as a kid growing up, we've watched so many, we all watch our country play and celebrate, enjoy, so being in that position was really, really nice feeling, and my first game also, I scored and then it sealed everything perfectly, so yeah, representing my country was, because you play for a lot of clubs as a player, but when you represent your country, it's almost like just that, so that will stay with you, yeah.
And how did your family feel?
Proud. Coming back to Ghana, for them coming in the stadium to watch the game, because as a kid, they used to pay for the ticket for me to watch the legends play, so the tables turning for me being in that position was really nice, but yeah.
What was the experience like of representing Ghana at the World Cup?
Yeah, it was really nice. I think World Cup is the best tournament in football, in my personal opinion. I think Champions League is so up there, but World Cup, yeah, it was just different in Qatar, my first time. Yeah, like I said again, family flew all over there to come support. So, was amazing feeling. We didn't go as far as I would have loved us to, but it was nice to experience the World Cup. Because it has been a tournament we all enjoyed back. Sitting on the TV watching, so to be part of it was great.
Guys, you have heard from Mohammed Kudus. I just want to add this. World Cup, Mohammed Kudus was another player. It was the moment I started looking at him in a different light. Let's not forget the game Ghana played against South Korea. The goal he scored. In fact, he saved Inaki Williams, Inaki Williams, he missed that ball. He miskicked. And Kudus scored that goal. See, Kudus, I get why he's so happy about the World Cup. His debut, he also added that he was in Denmark. His last season, he earned a call-up. His first game, he scores a goal. I see that Mohammed Kudus has the Black Stars at heart, the national team at heart. So when it comes to his performance, sometimes we should be very careful how we criticize him. We should mellow it down. Sometimes we forget he's 24 years of age. We should cool it down. If you hear how he spoke about the national team, what it meant to him to even have his debut in the national team, I feel like sometimes we should be, cool with the player. When it comes to scolding him and things, I feel like a lot of things go through his head. So guys, that is what Mohammed Kudus had to say about the national team and how it went for him. Now, he was asked a series of questions that goes by the best player he has played with, the best player he has played against, and also players that have inspired his journey. This was the answers he gave. Let's check it out.
The best player I've played against, I'll say Thiago Alcantara, when he was at Liverpool. Growing up, I really loved watching him play, and yeah, I really loved how he was playing, because I like players that entertain the game and try to just entertain themselves and enjoy the game, So I was a big fan of him. So playing against him in Anfield was, and he was untouchable, like too smooth, So yeah, I was a fan on the pitch, but at the same time, working. So yeah, I'll say he's the best I've played against.
And what about best you've played with? Who's the best player you've played with and why?
I've played with. I'll go with Kamaldeen from Southampton. Yeah, because I knew him since he was young, because we played the same academy in Ghana, and we played in Denmark also with the same team. And yeah, he's the best player I've played with. Yeah, I think he has everything a winger needs to succeed, Yeah.
And growing up, who were your footballing heroes?
A lot, because if you're a fan of football, you have a lot. But I would say Michael Essien from Ghana, Drogba, Ronaldo, Messi, a whole lot. I can continue going, but I'll just go with those names,
So guys, you have heard from Mohammed Kudus. When he was asked the best player he has played against, he said Thiago Alcantara. You all know that is Mohammed Kudus' favorite player, so you are going to let that go. He also talked about the best player he has played with. And he says a lot of players, but then he's going to pick Kamaldeen Sulemana because these same players played right to dream. They moved on to Northern and played the same team. And he says that Kamaldeen Sulemana has everything a winger needs to succeed. Then he did not end there. He mentioned other players that have influenced him, the likes of Messi, Michael Essien, and the list goes on. And this is coming from Mohammed Kudus. The only thing I wasn't happy about that he did not mention Cristiano Ronaldo, my goat. That is the only thing me and Kudus we don't have in common. He likes Messi, I like Ronaldo. But that aside, he said what he said. But again, guys, let's move on to the next thing. He was asked why he chose West Ham. Now, before Mohammed Kudus left Ajax to West Ham, there were a lot of teams interested in him. Chelsea, Brighton and Hove Albion, you can name that. But then Mohammed Kudus chose West Ham. And this is the reason why he went to West Ham. Let's check it out.
And what made you choose West Ham?
Obviously, before you join the club, you speak to the club, the coach, and the project they had, had me, enticed me. And then I was like, again, and obviously Premier League is the best league in the world, and I've always wanted to play here. So when the opportunity was there and the time was right, I took it.
And how did you find the transition to England and the Premier League?
Big, I'll say, because, the amount of games here, the intensity of the games. Because when I was at Ajax, normally my abilities are my strengths and skills, of course, and also my pace and stuff like that. But when I go here, I found people just as strong and as fast as me, So
guys, we have heard from Mohammed Kudus on the reason why he chose West Ham. And in my own opinion, he made the right decision. No matter how you see it, I feel like he made the right decision. It's just like this season is not going well, but the season hasn't ended yet. I feel like he can end on a good note. There is a saying that the ends justify the means. And this is what we want to see from Kudus. Let's see how he ends. Then it will justify his season. At the end of the day, it is about helping your team. If he ends on a good note, everyone is going to forget how bad he started the season. And this is the interview Mohammed Kudus had with Rising Ballers. Now, you can watch the full interview on their YouTube page. I don't want to go into it, detail. You want to watch the full thing, go to their YouTube page, Rising Ballers, and watch that interview. Mohammed Kudus spoke it has his heart out, talked about a lot of things that I believe you need to watch. Now, let's move away from Mohammed Kudus and talk about some bad news concerning the national team, the Black Stars. Now, Joseph Aidoo, Black Star defender, who is on loan from Celta Vigo, currently playing for Real Valladolid in the Spanish La Liga, is injured again. Now, this player in 2023, when Ghana was playing against Mexico, picked up an injury. Now, when he recovered from the injury and went back to Celta Vigo, he lost his position. He was not getting playing time. Then he left the club on loan in search of regular playing time. We all know there's World Cup qualifiers. So he wants to play more so that he can get a call-up into the national team. But guess what? When Real Valladolid played against Athletic Club, where they lost by 7 goals to 1, the player got injured and he's likely I repeat, he's likely to miss the chance to earn a call-up to the national team for the World Cup 2026 qualifiers, which in my own opinion is not something we want to be hearing. It's really, really bad. He was very good for us when he was fit. Now that he has left, a lot of people have taken on that position. I don't know if he'll be fit in time for other qualifiers, but then we wish him nothing but the best and he should recover in time. Now, let's move away from that and talk about a picture that is trending on social media throughout the day. Stephen Appiah and also okraku, GFA president, visiting alidu. Now, this picture is going on social media. A lot of people are talking about it. But I think it's good that our leaders are checking up on players who are injured to see how they are doing, to see how their development is also doing. Now, seidu underwent a surgery for an ACL in December. Now, the player is going to be out for 4 to 6 months. So it's likely to miss the game the Black Stars are going to play against Chad and Madagascar in March for the World Cup 2026 qualifiers. But I am happy that Stephen Appiah and okraku went there to check on the progress, wanted to see it for themselves, how the player is doing, so that it's not like the player is being neglected. So for me, for once, I'm happy about this. This is a good move that the GFA couple himself, he moved with Stephen Appiah, vice president of the management committee. They all went to see this player. And in my own opinion, they should be doing it. They should continue doing it for other players who are injured. It's not like they should ignore all players. Even if the player is not earning call-up to the national team and is injured because of the national team, that player should be visited. It's very important you are part of their development, especially their road to recovery. And I like this picture a lot. I'm very, very happy that they went to visit alidu, a very good servant for the Black Stars. He has played 20 matches for the national team, scoring 1 goal. He's a defender, and we all know how good he is. When you go to the stadium, when you go to Baba Rahman, everyone sings good praises of alidu. So guys, this is where I end today's video. Let me know your thoughts about the interview Mohammed Kudus held with Rising Ballers. If you have not watched it yet, please check Rising Ballers YouTube page, watch the video, watch the interview. You understand Kudus the way some of us, we understand him, and why we support Mohammed Kudus. Very, very emotional, interview. And also what happened to Joseph Paintsil and also the visit to alidu. This is where I end it. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, don't be famous. Mohammed Kudus says so. See you in the next one. We will vibe.